Hey, what's up guys? Today we're learning how to play Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Helms. Now this song has quite a few chords to remember. So what we're going to do today is learn all those chords, although a slightly simplified version that works really well on the acoustic guitar. We're actually going to simplify the strumming pattern, so you can really just focus on those chords, and you can always do more with the strumming pattern later on if you choose to. So what we're going to do for our strumming pattern is to strum on the beat. This song has a swing to it, like a lot of old school rock and roll songs did. So what you can actually do is add an up strum as well, really close to the next down strum. And generally I'm going to do that when changing chords. Almost like a little ghost drum sort of thing there. It doesn't really add anything to the strumming pattern, but it really helps to identify that swing. So what I'm going to do for the intro is 4 strums on the A chord, and then 4 strums on an A7 chord. So if you're A, pop your first finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, second finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then your 3rd finger on the 2nd string in the 2nd fret. The A7, that exact same shape, but without your 2nd finger there. So now just your 1st finger on the 4th string in the 2nd fret, and your 3rd finger on the 2nd string in the 2nd fret. Then we go straight into the first verse. Now we've got this really cool chord progression centering around a D chord. And that sounds like this. So we start with a D. So your 1st finger on the 3rd string in the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the 1st string in the 2nd fret, and then your 3rd finger on the 2nd string in the 3rd fret, and just 2 strums. Then we go to a D major 7. So now you have the 3rd string, 2nd string, and 1st string all in the 2nd fret. So what I'm doing here is just barring that with my 1st finger, which means using my 1st finger to fret all 3 of those strings. Now if you've never played bar chords before, make sure to check out my bar chords video, which you can check out in the link up here. But you can also do this just with 3 fingers. So your 1st finger up on the 3rd string in the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the 2nd string in the 2nd fret, and your 3rd finger on the 1st string in the 2nd fret. Then we move to a D6. So exactly the same as that D major 7, but now we're not fretting the 2nd string. So now just your 1st finger on the 3rd string in the 2nd fret, and then your 2nd finger on the 1st string in the 2nd fret. I actually really like to use my 3rd and 4th fingers for that as well. That's just a personal preference sort of thing. And then back to the D again for 2 strums. Then we actually do another 4 strums on that D. 2 strums on an E minor now. So your 1st finger up on the 5th string in the 2nd fret, 2nd finger just below that on the 4th string in the 2nd fret. Back to an A7. And then do that E minor to A7 progression 2 more times. 4 strums on an A, and then the E minor to A7 once again. So that whole first half of the first verse will sound like this. And we do that all again up until that last little chord progression. And this time again by going E minor to A to D, 2 strums on each chord. So far from the intro and the entire first verse, we have this. into, I guess you'd call it a bridge. I'm going to start on a G. I'm going to use my 4-finger G just because I personally like the sound of that. You can use a 3-finger G if you want, and if you already know it. But your first finger goes up on the 5th string and 2nd fret, second finger on the 6th string and the 3rd fret, third finger on the 2nd string in the 3rd fret, and then your 4th finger on the 1st string in the 3rd fret. We're going to do 4 strums. Now we're going to move to a G minor. Now there's not really a very good way to play a G minor in an open position without a really big stretch anyway. You can give it a go if you want. Just play that G shape and move your first finger down to the 1st fret on the 5th string. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the G minor bar chord and just simplify that a little bit. So all we're going to do now is put our first finger on the 3rd string in the 3rd fret, second finger on the 2nd string in the 3rd fret, and then your third finger on the 1st string in the 3rd fret. So it's the same as the D major 7, but all moved up 1 fret. And make sure to only strum the top 3 or 4 strings. Then 4 strums on D, then to a D7, which is different to a D major 7. So now your first finger on the 2nd string in the 1st fret, second finger on the 3rd string in the 2nd fret, then your third finger on the 1st string in the 2nd fret. So far we have this. Then we move to our E major. So your first finger on the 3rd string in the 1st fret, second finger up on the 5th string in the 2nd fret, and your third finger on the 4th string in the 2nd fret. To an E7, all we need to do here is take off our 3rd finger. So you just your first finger on the 3rd string in the 1st fret, and your second finger on the 5th string in the 2nd fret. Now I also like to put my 4th finger on the 2nd string in the 3rd fret, just to really accentuate the quality of the E7 chord. But you don't have to have that 4th finger there, just your 1st and 3rd fingers will also work just fine. Then we're going to play an A and do a stop, which means just 1 A and stop strumming. And we stop strumming for 4 beats and then do 4 strums on an A7. So that whole bridge part will sound like this. And now we do that entire thing again, so we do the whole first verse and then that whole bridge section as well. We do change this verse a little bit. In the end of the first half of the verse, we just do the E minor to A to D, rather than the A to E minor to A7. And then after that second bridge, we do one more verse, and this one changes just a little bit. So we're going to start at the same. Now this time after that D, we're going to go to a B7. So your first finger up on the 4th string in the 1st fret, second finger up on the 5th string in the 2nd fret, third finger on the 3rd string in the 2nd fret, and then your 4th finger on the 1st string in the 2nd fret. And just do 4 strums. Now we're going to do 2 strums on a G, 2 strums on a G minor, 2 strums on the E7, and 2 strums on the G minor again. Then we go to E minor to A7, 2 strums on each. And then repeat that again. And just end on the E minor to A7 and 4 strums on the D. Because that is the end of the song, you can do whatever you want with that D. You can just do 1 long strum if you want. And that really sort of cements the finish. Or you can do some sort of other sort of flourish if you want to. So that whole last verse will sound like this. And there we go, guys, that's Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Helms. Leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. If you have any requests, pop them down there too. I really try to get to all of them. If you like this lesson, make sure to like and subscribe. I have new lessons coming out every single week. It really does help support the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Sam. I'll see you next time.